My F25 fiance, M25, wants to P1ostpone our wedding a day before it for his brother, M36. I'm sorry, but I'm very exhausted and emotional tonight. Please excuse my grammar and formatting. Tomorrow is supposed to be our wedding day. We've been engaged for roughly a year. Earlier today, his brother went to the and I tagged along with my fiancé because we were together when his brother called him. Last-minute stuff. I stood in the corner while they spoke about what's going on. In short, his brother went to the because his heart was pounding, he felt nauseated, he was struggling to breathe, and he felt like he was dying and was constantly trembling. The doctor apparently told him that it was a panic attack. However, his brother doesn't believe this and demanded for an MRI, a sleep study. His brother is struggling to get good sleep, an fMRI. Nonetheless, fiancé brother said he can't make it to the wedding and be my boyfriend's best man. He's too scared that he's dying and insists there's something wrong with him and it can't be a panic attack. I know this means a lot to you guys, but it's okay for me to not be there. Your wedding is more important than my health. I just wished I could be there for my brother, we've been through so much together. It sucks that tomorrow is the wedding. I wish I could go. Oh, I'm not saying that my health is much more important than the wedding, I meant, I wish I could be there for my brother. I just smiled and didn't say a single word. After a while, I walked out to use the bathroom and simply waited outside since fiancé was wrapping up and his brother was planning to get admitted. Here's the kicker. My fiancé wanted to postpone our wedding the day before the wedding. He said his brother begged to be there and that they've been through a lot together. My fiancé lived alone when he was in junior to senior year in HS. Brother was off to college. Parents divorced and his dad manipulated his away from his mom. And he said that our wedding should be one of the most special moments. But right now he's worried for his brother and stressed. I calmly, as best as I could, explained that tomorrow is our wedding. The after-wedding venue and wedding venue are booked. Our flight for the honeymoon is the day after the wedding. Catering and photographers are ready and etc. He refuted and begged me to understand. I got dropped off where I was staying for the night, a hotel suite where my close friends and I were chilling before the wedding. I didn't say a word to him. This isn't the first time this has happened. His brother has had constant bouts of anxiety and panic attacks, he suffered depression too. However, every time, he always thinks there's something physically wrong. Depression? He must need an fMRI because there has to be a tumor in his brain. Panic attack? Definitely a heart attack, even if the doctors and neurologists say otherwise. His brother always says that he's working on it. However, he only tries to find a physical tie to his mental illness. Here are a few instances of plans getting cancelled due to his brother and arguments we went through. On Halloween Day, I planned and asked 2 months in advance for it to be his day. His brother had constant anxiety attacks, he forgot about our plans and was at his brother's beck and call. Earlier on in our relationship, I've asked to inform me when he's coming home or if he's late to be home. Doesn't matter how long he's out. Just tell me because I get worried and anxious due to PTSD. I had panic attack because he didn't inform me until 3 hours later. A simple text, "I'm going to be late," was all I needed. Left me to have a panic attack to comfort his brother. I have emotional support kiddos, and he asked if he could take my emotional supports up to his brother's apartment. We live in the same apartment complex, to help him with his anxiety. I refused and said they were my emotional supports. He said they were also his cats. I refuted that we got them for me as emotional support cats in the first place. I also brought up that some of my pills, Advil for pains, sleeping pills and melatonin for insomnia, were getting taken away for his brother. I need those. He refuted that since we were in a relationship, things should be ours and he should have a say if the cats should go to his brother or not. I made it clear that a lot of my things were taken away to help younger cousins and a cousin with autism when I was younger. I don't want his brother thinking that he can take whatever he needs and the whole scenario repeating in my adult life. This whole situation was triggering and I could barely speak since I was bawling. He kept asking me to explain when I said I am currently uncomfortable to explain. He kept pushing and got petty. Either way, while bawling, I made a compromise, on occasional days for 10–20 minutes. He refused it and brought up how this would work if we have children. His brother kept trying and asking to make plans despite getting informed earlier that we're going away to celebrate our anniversary. He kept saying he already got tickets or flights or etc. Dates were cancelled and postponed because his brother convinced my fiancé that roads were dangerous. Proceeds to take my fiancé out for shopping, driving around and etc. on the same day. My fiancé apologized and started setting boundaries. No last-minute planning with his brother, he needs to rely on a therapist for his anxiety and shouldn't expect fiancé to be at his beck and call and etc. Still, he calls my fiancé 10 times a day. None of my business, so do whichever. But in the middle of sex, he calls. Fiancé doesn't respond obviously. He get very angry that fiancé doesn't answer phone. He aggressively knocks on our door if phone isn't answered. It's loud and the noise triggers me because it sounds like someone is forcing their way in. He then lectures us about staying up all night because there are rare occasions we sleep at days off and we finished a gaming night, and we ignore his calls because we just want to relax. Right now, my extended family and immediate family came from Florida, Canada, Philippines, California, Philadelphia and NY. They're not staying long because it's expensive and going back the day after the wedding. The wedding venue and reception were paid for by a very rich close friend. They also paid for food, the 5-star hotel everyone is staying at and photographers. All of which are going to be cancelled and no money returned because tomorrow is the wedding. The honeymoon which was gifted to us by another close friend of mine is about to get cancelled too. I don't know what to do. Outside of the issue with his brother, everything is healthy. He tries his best to be creative with date activities when it's his turn. He takes care of me when I'm at the lowest and helps up again. My close friends agree that he's an amazing guy, but everything becomes an issue when his brother is involved. Tonight, I'm just crying my ass off and my friends are trying to cheer me up. Even my guy friends whom I'm very close to, they're the flower boys, is staying with us just to find ways to make sure I don't cry blood. I'm very thankful for my friends. I just don't know how to even discuss this. Should I confront the brother? Talk to my fiancé again? Talk to his parents? IDK. Edit. The wedding is postponed for now. My friends are going door to door with our guests to explain there was an emergency and the wedding is postponed. They also insisted that they'll call the catering, venues and etc. themselves tomorrow morning. On the plus note, everyone's joking around that one of my close friends is going to have a buffet worth of food for himself. Edit 2. There will be a party instead and his side of the family is still invited. As for the honeymoon, my friend group, 8 including myself, are scrambling to get last-minute plane tickets and are renting out an Airbnb villa for 2 weeks. This led to other issues which I'm trying to resolve. Fiancé doesn't want me going on this improved vacation. I'd cancel the whole relationship. Oh, you should 100% not marry this man. His brother had a panic attack because he subconsciously can't let go of your fiancé. You shouldn't even be with this guy with half the things you listed. If your fiancé can't be reasonable and put you before his hypochondriac brother on your wedding day, when his brother has a history of doing this, then your problem is with your fiancé, not his brother. It sounds like emotional incest to me. Like he plays up these panic attacks on purpose. I think he doesn't want his brother to get married, so he worked himself up and is now playing it up to get his way, and he is getting his way. This would be the final straw for me. I feel like you and your family and friends should still have your reception and you and a friend go on the honeymoon. Then when you get back you should move out. 27F. Found out the guy I've been dating for a year, 30M, is married with kids. He has had so many opportunities to tell me. I'm honestly more pissed off than heartbroken. I guess I am here looking for advice on how to approach this. Do I tell his wife? There are kids involved, so this makes it just so much worse. My first instinct is to get revenge, but I don't want to do anything irrational. Any input would be appreciated. Well, you have all the rights to tell his wife, you won't be an asshole. Ouch. I'm so sorry for your pain. Were you to be in her shoes, would you want to know? That is an extremely simplistic answer, but oftentimes, answers are simpler than we make them out to be. When you tell the wife, and you should, be gentle. It will be the worst day of her life. Be kind. Yup, you tell the wife and give her whatever proof you have. The wife has a right to know just like you had a right to know. Tell the wife, you might not be the only girlfriend he has had. 22M, 22F. My boyfriend wants to sleep with other women. He said that he's not satisfied sexually because of my body. I'm too skinny and he prefers bigger assets. He said he wants to open up the relationship on his side. He told me that he made a Tinder and started laughing when I asked to see it. I don't know why he's being like this. He said that he's not satisfied sexually because of my body. Dump him and it's done. Seriously, that deep cut of a cuss, not worth sticking around for any more than that. On his side, ha ha ha. Honey, he knows how many would love your assets. Please go find one who will tell you every day how perfect you are. Love yourself and be free of that jerk. You are so young and you should be enjoying your youth, not wasting it on someone this awful. Tell him that you also need to sleep with other people, because his dick is too small and you prefer bigger assets. Then dump him. He's being like this because he's a total asshole. Please don't do yourself a dirty and stay with this scumbag. And you're still with a-hole, why? Girl, lots of guys would love to be with you. Tell him sayonara. 30F. Just found out my fiance, 30M, is spending hundreds on cam girls. 30F. Have been with my fiance, 30M, for 7 years and have had issues over porn in the past. I don't mind him watching porn, but we have rules that watching, communicating with, and paying for cam girls cross the line. Somehow, every few years, I walk in on him or notice sometime left up on his screen that he was watching cam girls. He swears he never talks to them but doesn't enjoy regular porn as much because they are so fake. Lately, he's been complaining that he doesn't have money if I want to go out. He also complains that he doesn't have time for some of the things I ask him to do. He works 10-hour shifts 4 days a week overnight. But I was confused by this because I see him playing video games for 4-6 hours a day, and he plays VR a lot and he's constantly doing something on his phone. Usually, it's playing a game, but lately, he's been chatting more. I opened his phone and found out that he's been on a cam girl site where he was both paying and chatting with the girls since at least mid-last year. Jess been saying the same things about their bodies that he says to me. He's also been watching them with his VR and begging them to get in VR cam. It's only 11 days into the year, and he's already spent $600 in tokens just in January. He's a Diamond member, it says. He's talked to some of them about moving the conversation over to Snapchat. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to even say. I'm shocked. Paying this much doesn't seem like something he would do. As of now, the wedding, that we are both supposed to be saving for, is on hold. I don't know if I can marry a man who is constantly playing video games and watching porn he's spending hundreds of dollars on. But I don't want to break up or give up on him entirely. We have been friends since 15 years old. This is actually someone I love and care about. Maybe he needs to work through this somehow? How do I bring this up? What would you do? Brew. Porn is free. This man is addicted to cam girls. He needs an immediate wake-up call. That $600 could have gone directly to spoil you. Not some fucking random sex worker on the internet. This in my opinion is grounds for termination if he does not make an immediate correction. I would be fucking livid if my significant other was blowing money on porn like that. Grow up, bro. How is your sex life with him? That may be worth looking into as well. I couldn't imagine being that involved in porn and also being totally satisfied with my partner.